Yeah. The agenda includes history of programming and Java introduction and what is JDK and JVM and how to install Java, and after that we will use one of the development environment like Eclipse. So after that we will enter into programming concepts, syntax and data types, programming elements. So after that we will go through object oriented concepts of Java and classes and modifiers and inheritance, polymorphism, exception handling, collections and multi-threading. So this is the whole part that we wanted to cover as a part of core Java session. So what is a program? Program is nothing but a set of instructions that will be given to the computer. So how computer understands a program? So computer cannot understand anything other than ones and zeros, which we call it as machine level language. So if you wanted to communicate with computer, we have to communicate only with ones and zeros. So it cannot understand anything other than ones and zeros. The sequence of ones and zeros that will be passed to the computer for the understanding, and it will execute and it will do all its operations by interpreting ones and zeros. So program is a set of combination of all these ones and zeros, so which we call it as machine level language. So the machine level language, it can be understood by computers, but it cannot be understood by humans. So if we have to write programs using ones and zeros, so it will take days. So then in the next generation of programming language called assembly level language, so it will be a kind of instructions in a English language to the computer. So there will be an assembler which will convert these English instructions into machine level language. So there will be a software called assembler, so which will convert the instructions given in English language to the machine level language, so that both humans can understand the assembly language and the converted machine code can be understood by the computer. So with the help of assembler we can achieve this, but still assembly level language has its own difficulties. Users must have more understanding on how computer works internally and how it stores data, how it reads data, how it performs its operations. So whoever is writing programming, they need to have detailed understanding of how computer works internally. So those are the disadvantages of assembly level language. Then next generation languages were introduced. They are called high level languages. These high level languages are English like statements. You need not understand about how computer internally stores this data and how it processes. You can just give the instructions to the computers in the form of statements like English like statements. So it is easy for humans to write the program. So For this high level language also, it should be converted into mission level language for understanding of the computer. So for converting these high level languages into mission level language, so there are something called compilers and interpreters. So compiler will compile the code that was written using these high level languages, and it will generate the mission code. So the examples of these high level languages are C, C++, Java. So many languages that we see today are the high level languages. Set of instructions that we pass to the computer is called program. So set of all these programs, combination of all these programs which will perform different tasks, package it together, we will call it as a software. So why Java? So Java is platform independent. So what is platform here? So there are different operating system. So we will call operating system as platform. So there will be different operating systems available. So Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, AIX. So there are so many operating systems available. If you take earlier programming languages like C, C++, if you compile the code written using C programming language in Windows, so you cannot run the compiled code in Unix. You need to recompile again in Unix operating system. So it cannot be directly run on other operating systems. So, but it is different from Java. So Java you can compile on any programming, any operating system, and you can run it on any other operating systems. Means it is architectural neutral. You can take it freely from one machine to another machine, and you can run it anywhere. So that's why Java comes with code called write once and run anywhere. So you can write program once and you can run it anywhere. So you need not compile it for each and every OS architecture, OS or hardware architecture that supports. So how Java achieves this, we will see in the next slides. So Java is more popular because it's an internet programming language. It's general purpose. So all programming languages are general purpose. So you can write programs to perform some tasks in your computer. So Java has the capability of writing programs in internet. And Java is object oriented. So we will see what is object oriented principles and object oriented concepts in the next sessions. Multi-threaded. So you can run actions in parallel from Java program. It's multi-threaded and secured. So in internet programming language we need more security. So Java applets that are running in browser are more secured, and Java programs, so if C-level language also you need to operate from memory level operations, but in Java through program you cannot do any memory operations. So everything will be taken care by Java runtime environment, which we call as JVM. So user will not directly do any memory operations of allocating memory and deallocating memory. So everything will be taken care by the JVM. So it is more secured, and you can easily extend the classes that were written in Java environment, and you can easily extend and you can develop your own behavior for the classes, and it is compiled and interpreted. So the code that you have written using Java is compiled into bytecode. So the bytecode can be understand. So normally when compiler compiles, the compiled code will be compiled to the machine level code so that it can be directly understood by the computer. But in Java, when it compiles, it will not be compiled into machine code. It will be compiled into bytecode. Bytecode is the term that was given by Java. Yeah, it was converted into some intermediate form, so which can be understood by the JVM. So JVM will execute the code using interpreter. JVM has an interpreter which will interpret the compiled bytecode and it will execute it. You can see here. So normally programs that you compile will run directly on the OS. So but here there is a Java runtime environment on top of OS. So on top of Java runtime environment, it will execute the compiled Java programs, which we called as bytecode. So Java has a compiler which is a part of Java development kit, which compiles the program written using Java into bytecode. So the bytecode will get executed on top of Java runtime environment. So how Java becomes platform independent and architectural neutral? Because of this JRE that sits on top of operating system. So the JRE is different for each of operating system. JRE is different for each of the operating system. So you need to install different JRE in each OS and you can run the programs written in Java. So Java is available in two different forms. One is JRE, another one is JDK. So for development you need JDK. So for executing Java applications you need Java runtime environment. So you need not have Java development environment once you have completed writing your programs. Once you compile, you can just install JRE on a machine and you can execute the programs. You need not install JDK in all the machines. So only in development environment you can install JDK. In runtime environments you can install JREs. Yeah. So Java development environment is available like Java standard environment J2SE, J2E Java enterprise environment, J2ME Java mobile environment. So J2SE is for normally developing applications, standalone applications. J2E is for enterprise applications and internet based applications. J2ME is for developing mobile applications. So core Java will comes under J2SE standard environment. So this is the link from where we can download Java and we can install it. So you can also download and install it. So you can download Java. So here you can select the version of Java that you wanted to download based on your OS. So click on it. So here you can see different operating systems and architectures. So some are 32-bit and some are 64-bit. So based on your mission configuration, so you can download the JDK of that nature. So mine is Windows 64-bit mission. So I will download 64-bit JDK. So if it is 32-bit, you can download x86 Windows. So from command prompt, you can verify whether Java is installed or not. So just type command Java. What happens? So you see this information means Java is installed. So if you want to know which version of Java is installed, you can just type Java -version. So it will give you the information of which version of Java is installed on your machine. It is 1.7.0 and update 9. So in the next session we will see writing programs and compiling programs using JDK and running those programs.